1 in 6 households in Louisiana is at risk of hunger. Across central Louisiana, the rising cost of food, housing, and utilities, coupled with unemployment and low-wage jobs, has increased the need for emergency food assistance. The Food Bank of Central Louisiana has led the fight against hunger in our community since 1989. Our energies and expertise, along with the support of private contributors and countless volunteers, have helped us wage a significant battle against hunger. But across our community, nearly 66,000 residents are still at risk of hunger. 1 in 5 children in our service area are food insecure.
There's a lot of people out there who live week to week. There's a lot of people out there who don't know that because they're living so much an easier life than that. And if they ever came to a facility like this and saw the people, they're no different than us. They're no different than anybody else around. They're all human beings. They're down on their luck. There's some that don't have a home.
If the kids come over first, I feed them before I feed myself. That's what I always been, always will be. I do that before the kids do anybody else. Thank God for the food bank. It helps a lot of people.
The Food Bank is a member of Feeding America, the nation's largest hunger relief organization. We distribute food and grocery products to needy families through a network of approved charitable agencies in the following 11 parishes: Allen, Avoyelles, Catahoula, Concordia, Grant, LaSalle, Natchitoches, Rapides, Sabine, Vernon, and Wynne. To be eligible for food and grocery items, one must fall within the poverty limits set by the federal government. Food is distributed through member agencies, including food pantries, soup kitchens, shelters, group homes, schools, and other nonprofit organizations, serving more than 22,400 people per month. Through our programs, emergency food assistance, child nutrition, and community gardens, we help thousands of families struggling with hunger in central Louisiana.
There's one man that I'm thinking of in particular that he's on a special diet and he can only have certain foods. And so he came to us for Insure. It's guess God would have it, we had it there because the food bank had given it to us. And he said, "You saved my life." And that really made an impression. We were glad that we were able to help him.
Based on the phone calls that I get sometimes, I think it would be very difficult for some of the families because I get phone calls crying, saying, you know, we're just out of food, we have nothing. And when I get that kind of phone call, I always go down and we do something for that family. And like I said again, we're the only church that does the mission program in our area. So that would be about 60 families who would not get the service if we didn't have the food bank to help us.
The Food Bank's Backpack program is designed to meet the needs of hungry children at times when other sources aren't available, such as weekends and school holidays. The backpacks are filled with food that children take home from school to provide food for the weekend. The food is child-friendly, nutritious, and easy to prepare.
We do have kids, teachers will come to me and say, "Hey, do we have a spot on the backpack list? I think so-and-so maybe isn't getting enough to eat at home," or maybe their parent just lost a job, you know, or any number of circumstances that might have happened where the child is coming to school and they maybe didn't have supper the night before.
Well, when you try to focus, you get dizzy and your stomach growls, and you can't really focus that much as you normally do when you have energy and food in your system. It helps me a lot when I have the food bags. Sometimes when it's heavy, that means I have a lot of protein and stuff in it, but other than that, it's fine.
The first thing we see when they don't have enough to eat is they get headaches. And that'll usually our first sign is when they come in and they say they have a headache, we ask, "Have you eaten anything today?" And probably the majority of the time they'll say no. Sometimes we see stomach aches from kids that have not eaten. We see problems with concentration. We see problems with children crying in class. And even it affects their peer relationships as well.
Many underserved communities lack access to fresh fruits and vegetables. To alleviate this problem, The Good Food Project offers opportunities for people to grow their own food.
It is very hard for anyone to access fresh food in this area because we are actually what you would call in a fresh food desert, because there's no grocery store within 3 to 4 miles of this area.
The Good Food Project envisions a healthy sin law in which all children grow up with an awareness of and access to nutritious food. Through education and community partnership, the Good Food Project works to connect children with healthier food options, healthier behaviors, and improved health outcomes.
If we don't start teaching the youth now what it is to garden and the benefits of fresh vegetables, another 10 years it won't exist.
More than 70 gardens have been created in neighborhoods, schools, youth and senior centers, and nonprofit organization sites that yield healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables for the participating children, their families, seniors, and others in need.
Honestly, I gotta say the best thing about here is trying new foods and helping out with our garden.
Kids were accustomed to eating the fast food things. They never imagined that they would eat cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, mustard greens, green onions as a part of their food preparation, and some of the things that they have eaten. Squash. Kids don't eat squash. They turn their noses up at those vegetables, and our kids wait patiently to enjoy a dish that Miss Francis prepares, knowing full well that it's part of the garden that they're growing.
The Adopt a Senior program was designed to help supplement impoverished seniors' nutritional needs so that they are not faced with the difficult decision of choosing between medicine, rent, and food. The program provides more than 50 pounds of food each month to low-income seniors. The average age of the participants is 75. The average household income is only $1,018 per month. Sponsorship is a $150 donation per year per senior, and there are always seniors waiting for sponsorship.
We had one lady in particular that when she got her food, a senior citizen, she went home and she spread it out on her kitchen table. And she called people to come look at what she had. Oh, look at what I got. Just look at what I got. You know, she just was so proud and so thankful.
A lot of times we have grandparents raising grandchildren, and it's kind of put a strain on the grandparents because of their fixed incomes, and there's not any extra monies coming in for food. We also have a lot of elderly who are retired, and utilities, the cost of utilities, the rise in utilities, and maybe their rent has increased, and so they're trying to decide what they have to do. Do we pay the rent, do we pay the utilities, or do we get food?
Every day, we work to feed the hungry in our community, but our efforts would not be possible without the continued support from the Central Louisiana community.
It helps out the other people in in your parish. I mean, it could be your own kin people that you probably wouldn't even know that needed their assistance, because a lot of people will not tell you they need help. But if they find an organization like this, they would prefer to go to it.
How can you help? Just knowing the scope of hunger is the first step. You can make a financial donation. You can volunteer in the community, host a food drive, donate food or grocery items. You can also support policies to end hunger. Call the food bank or visit our website to learn more about specific programs and opportunities.
Just seeing the smile on people's face whenever, just knowing that you can see, like, there's some people who come up there and they're, you can tell that they really need it. And then whenever you give them the food and they're just like, thank you so much, it's just like, it hits you. It's powerful.
We're all human beings, and there's only one race, it's the human race. And if we're not going to help each other out, then what are we going to do? Everything, good thing we do passes on. And one day we might be the person sitting across from that desk trying to fill out an application to get food because we need it. So to me, that reason alone is the reason we should reach out and help.
Together, we can offer hope to the hungry of Central Louisiana.